Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal back in the building. Episode 145. Again, Life Under the Master Troll. Life Under the Master Troll. What's going on, everybody? Today, I hope today was the beginning of what could be the most massive wealth transfer we are to expect in our lifetime. Let me make sure my sound is working right there. I hope today. Okay, perfect. So my sound is excellent. And, I'm really hoping this is the beginning of the end. I really hope so. You guys know that I've been praying for this for well over almost a year and a half. I've got some videos going back as far as, 2013 talking about this. What's going on, everybody, in the chat room? Bo Voss, Trevor Riley, Chase, Need a Life Soon, Londell Carter, Colin Mayer, Donzel Essex Khan, Bill Betts. What's up, Bill? Brian Knight, Jay Bino, Bruce Cole, Adam, Tony Brown, Africa Emporium. What's up, man? Matt Cantu. Hey, Connor, what's going on, man? Got Mr. Options in the building today. So funny that Connor's in the building. That's all I've been playing these first 2 days of the week have been options, because they've just been incredible these last 2 days. I mean, I've had no reason to even want to trade stocks right now with the way these options are moving. Today we had SPY put option, go as high as 130%, as high as almost 130%. In fact, if I go back and open up my Street Smart Edge by Charles Schwab, I caught a piece of that one. You had Caterpillar options pull back from when I was talking to you guys about playing Caterpillar yesterday. It's absolutely incredible. All right. Stockafellow, what's up, man? Lewis Rod, Mr. Mohammed. Oh, but don't worry, Connor. I know you're still having those $16,000 days. And I know they got some people in the chat room who probably don't know who that guy is. Stock Junkie there in the chat room. He's the one who pretty much introduced us all to options. I mean, we were all just talking about OTCs one day, and he called up and said, hey man, I play options, and what you guys spend on OTC stocks, I'm willing to bet that if you were to put that on a good option, a good call or put, and you were able to time it right, you would get what you would typically get on an OTC play that ran 200-300%. You'd probably get that within maybe a day or two trading options, sometimes even the same day. And we've seen them do it multiple times. All right. So other than that, I'd like to know what was running for you guys. It's so funny because I remember specifically we ended the show trying to find a stock that would run today. And one of the kind of bygone little plays we looked up real quick, just off the top of my head, was PULM. If you guys remember that, who were watching yesterday. And we pulled up the PULM chart, just browsing at it. And we didn't, we looked at it, it was like, eh. And then sure enough, this morning, a PULM just explodes for a massive gain today. Just explodes for massive gain today. I mean, it just, 39 was like, yeah, it actually got up a little higher. It was actually like 43% before it cooled down. Yes, definitely trading Jedi GDX. Yeah, I saw gold running. I saw, this is that, the massive wealth transfer again I've been talking about. Within our lifetimes, You're going to see an incredible, massive wealth transfer, all right, from the baby boomer generation to, Generation X or even Z, skipping X sometimes, because this is one of the few times, in fact, this is actually the first time in human history or known American history where the next generation is actually poorer or less successful than the previous one. All right. So you're going to have a massive amount of wealth transfer. And the people who are positioned to take advantage of it are people who are, specifically in real estate and also, finance. All right. Trading, investing, and whatnot in the capital markets. All right. Those are going to be the biggest beneficiaries of this massive wealth transfer, because money doesn't disappear. Money doesn't disappear. It's simply transferred, whether or not you have a market crash or not. Preferably better during a market crash. All right? Preferably better for, especially if you don't have money, getting money in a market crash is a lot easier. You're able to afford assets you otherwise wouldn't be able to afford. You're able to leverage money that, wouldn't go as far in a better economic environment. So it preferably, is a much better environment for individuals who don't have a lot of money. That's why I pray for the market to collapse. I pray for the market to collapse. Can you imagine going back to 2009 and you having 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 grand in 2009? You'd be a millionaire today. You'd be a millionaire today if you sat on some great assets that were going for pennies on the dollar at that time. So I pray for a market collapse. I'm talking bread lines, dude. That's when I want to see everybody's 401k like slashed 90%. That's what I want to see, because I want to pick up, Ford and Amazon and GM and NVIDIA and AMD. I want to pick those up for pennies, man. That's where you build the generational wealth. PJet, let's go ahead and pull up some tickers you guys are putting up in the chat room. And again, the lines are open, 305, 600-2896. Let us know how you did today. That stock that many of you guys considered, the scam, that bingo stock was actually up 20% today. So penny stock profit, he said this was going to be the ticker to change the OTC forever. You got a decent first day and the pump, 20%. The ticker, if I'm correct, it was BLTO. BLTO, Bingo Nation Incorporated. That's his new pump that he's been talking about for the last 3.5 days or so. So it was up 23% on about 500,000 shares of volume. And for a dollar stock, that's not too bad. For a $1 stock, that's not too bad. All right, that's not too bad. We'll continue to see what happens, what's going on with that one. Actually found some support, so no crazy crashes out of that. We'll see what happens on that one. MEMP coming right back down, 13%. But again, this is really nothing to. I won't count yourself out on it yet if you're already in MEMP. I wouldn't say you're out just yet. We've seen stocks like this many times pull back and then retest recent highs. All right? And then retest recent highs. We've seen it many times happen. Many, many times. VDRM, Bill Betts. VDRM up 80%. OTC play via Viaderm. I didn't see this one. Today, again, my attention was elsewhere. And Connor, if you're still in the building, man, let me know what you're trading right now on the option side. Obviously, we've got several of them going nuts. 80% gain on VDRM. Bill Betts, let me know if this is going to keep going, man. That's what's been having a hard time, is trying to figure out multiple day situations. 703, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, sir? It's me, Master 82.
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, the options and the puts was sick today. The
Yeah,
SPY, the Triple Q, fucking Amazon even was on puts.
yeah.
But okay, I paper traded, right?
Hmm.
I just want to check how good it was.
Okay,
So I did a Triple Q. I did 55 cents right on a put.
okay. How many
What I
contracts?
saw, I did 1,000 shares. So it was $55,000. It was a paper trade, right?
Oh, okay. All right, all right.
But what I saw blew my mind. I bought it at 12:51 a.m. Sold it again at 12:56 a.m. 5 minutes later, right?
Hmm.
$7,000.
Oh yeah. I mean, again, it's the incredible amount of leverage you're provided in the option market. Works to your favor, but I don't want to come off like we're jumping, from trading the regular issue stocks to options. It's just that when you have an environment like this, you can use leverage, particularly found in the option market, to generate an incredible amount of returns in environments like this. So, and you
Because
saw
also
it
these
today.
options, you
Yeah,
can,
you saw it today with that trade you did. Absolutely crazy.
because I saw these options, say you can buy options in pennies. I mean, Amazon was $846. I saw an option for like 2 cents at the put. I bought that thing, 100 shares, cost me $200. 10 minutes later, I made about like an extra $150. I was
Mm,
like, Jesus, that's fantastic.
mm, wow.
Because options saves you the $840. You can just buy them in smaller um, parts. Sure, it gives you like a 1 week expiration, but if that 1 week it drops 10 cents, you just made your money.
Right, right. Well, usually when you're playing weeklies, you're not even, holding it for the week because again, the time works against you. So you're looking for a short-term move, particularly, that same day. Again, when we had spoken to Connor, it's sometimes as little as 15 minutes, especially again
Yeah.
when, because stocks decline faster than they actually go up. So in environments, like I said, in an environment like this, where stocks are declining very quickly, you will play options to the put side and be able to generate, 10, 30, 40, 50%. I mean, actually, the SPY, I want to say it was it the 233 put? Yeah,
Yeah.
233.50, the 233.50 put that I played this morning. Yeah, that stock that went up almost 130%, 130% from this morning. And,
Yeah.
and again, if starting the morning, that the SPY actually opened up higher before coming to crashing down, as you can see there on my screen.
Yeah. Because options, in my opinion alone, are good like for momentum trading.
Yeah,
When you see it go down, you buy it down. When you see it go up, you buy it up. You buy calls. You just follow the momentum.
there it is, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for the call, man.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I was talking to Lloyd,
Hmm.
and he said something about MAQ may come out again on the 27th.
MAQ, you said?
Yeah, remember when it's supposed to come out on the 3rd, but people say now it's on the 27th.
Are you talking about MKAU?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, okay, MKAU. Yeah, I think I saw it. Yeah, I saw that in a forum this morning. Somebody's talking about that. That Clicklia thing again is back on. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be watching it though. I mean, again, many of you guys were shitted on with that situation that didn't develop on the 3rd. So to hear people now saying, "Hey, they're back. They're coming. This is the real deal this time." Without any hesitation, I'm actually kind of surprised. So we'll see what happens, man. All right, appreciate it. Appreciate it for the call, Master 82. All right, yeah. MKAU is back on, I guess. And to hear again, people, the same people who got shitted on with the stock. I mean, as you guys remember, now that's not actually the day. What was that day that it really just took a turn on people? In fact, I think we're going to be able to really see it on the daily chart. There it is, right here on that 3rd, when it was supposed to come out and it didn't. All right. I know some of you guys in here lost well over 30 to 50%, 30 to 50% on your investment. And to hear people saying, hey, it's back on again. And sure, over the last couple of days, I guess you're back to, back to interesting levels here in MKAU. Back to interesting levels here in MKAU. You let me know. Let me know if this is the real deal again. I will be following it, but I will definitely not be participating. March 27th now is the new entry day. MKAU, we'll be watching. If you guys get to that high of 4 cents, if you guys get to that 4 cents or 0.045 and break out, then I'll jump in. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, it is what it is. All right. Bill Betts, he's saying VDRM will continue. Again, that was the stock we just pulled up here, VDRM, which had an incredible February. We hadn't talked about it recently, now using the 50-day moving average as support here on the daily chart. That's why a lot of people get confused. All these lines. But these lines are great ways to identify how the stock is using a moving average, or if it's using a moving average as support to play off of. And as you can see here, VDRM last several days here using that 50-day moving average, and today it just really took off. 80%, and in fact you close at the day's high. As you can see, the stock has no top wick, so you close at the day's high. So interesting, strong momentum even into the close. Yeah, go ahead and come back, Connor. All right, I know you're a busy guy, but if you want to call in and catch us up on some plays, appreciate it. 704, I saw you were trying to call me, so call me back. Got an open line now. MYDX. MYD, let me see, that's definitely not the MYDX you're talking about. MYDX. This was a stock that was heavily talked about on yesterday's show. We talked about MYDX on yesterday's show. In fact, I believe we had a guy call up about it. And MYDX soars today for a 57% gain. So congrats to the people who called about that and got into that today. All right, congrats to the people who got into that today. Here on MYDX. Again, a stock that was talked about on the show. You had, again, very strong morning. The pullback into the afternoon, and sure enough, it got back on its high horse and broke through the morning high. And another stock with strong buying into the close. All right, very strong buying into the close here. You got a lot of volume setting up for the next day. All right, as you saw, it kind of dried up there in the afternoon, but volume continued to pick up in the later part of the day, and strong volume into the close. MYDX, strong trend, absolutely, Robert Paulo. All right, Woody Wright, IGC. What do we have on IGC? India globalization. All right, so Amex stock, 300,000 shares traded. Don't know too much about this one. All right, don't know too much about this one, so give me a call. They're very sporadic buying throughout the day in that ticker, as you can see there on the volume. You don't have too much going on outside of the morning in that stock. BTCS or BTSC is back. Is Bitcoin back again? All right, 14% gained on Bitcoin. 14% gained on this Bitcoin stock, BTSC. Again, this is BTSC. I know there is a BTCS as well, but this is BTSC, Patrick Roberts.
All right. Gevo. Let's see what's setting up with Gevo. I see somebody bringing up Gevo, and we really liked the way that Gevo was setting up yesterday. And Gevo, what happened? In the morning, you had a sell-off. All right, the stock hugging the 200, and eventually made up some gains at the end of the hour there, but unfortunately, shitting on a lot of people on its way there. 706, you're on the air. What's up?
What's going on, Sal? JB 85.
Hey, JB, what's up, man?
No, man. I had called you yesterday about that MyDX.
Yes, I remember. Okay, yes, you called up about it. The fact that the company does the water testing as well as the marijuana testing product too, right?
Yep. Yeah, I like that stock. Yeah, I was trying to put it out there. But I had another stock that I kind of came across my attention that I wanted you to take a look at it right quick. It's SAKL.
Okay, FAKL.
No, that's S.
Oh, S. Okay, Sack Lunch. Okay, SAKL. I'm very familiar with this company.
Okay. All right.
Sack
Well,
Lunch.
It came across my attention because every year my wife does that Color Me Red thing, and then so on the shirt that she got, I never was really in the stock before. I just started at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed on the shirt I saw the ticker, and then so I went and looked it up and stuff like that, and sure enough, I think that they're probably starting to run right now because with it being spring and summer and stuff like that, they're doing a lot of things right now. So I think that that stock is probably going to be setting up real soon. Probably something to look at real soon here.
Yeah, it's so funny because, we talk about whether or not, some of these OTC companies actually have real operations, and Sack Lunch is actually, they do actually have some real, businesses going on there. And and JB, if you can you talk a little bit about that Color Me Red 5K, because that's the real deal. Like, you got hundreds of women participating.
It is, man. Just for my daughter and my wife, I think I paid like $150. They just went 2-3 weeks ago. They went to it, and like I said, right when I saw the shirt, the first thing that caught my attention was ticker symbol, and I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? So let me look that up. And then, like I said, they're doing a lot of things right now. With even besides that, last year, I guess around the time that it was running, they had the world's largest water slide. They were actually in the Guinness World Book of Records last year for the largest world water slide. And they're actually just starting to do that right now. They started March 7th. So, and they already, I think they said like 1.2 million in pre-ticket sales.
Oh, wow.
So, and like I said, that's pre-sales. They're not even really going right now with it. But, yeah, with it being summer and spring, they're about to start hitting real hard. Like I said, with that Color Me Red. My wife does that shit every year. Like I said, we spend a lot of money just on them to go do that right there. So, I said, I know that one probably setting up real nice real soon to do something this summer.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I think it's really young on the volume today, but I think as that starts to pick up and, the word about who's behind all of these festivals this summer through Sack Lunch gets the word gets out, I think you're at a good level here too at .015. Let me see here. You're actually at one of the lowest point for the stock in March. Well, actually, yeah, you got a little lower. What was that? Late yesterday. I'm seeing a couple orders a little bit lower, but all right, yeah, actually, this is definitely one to watch, man. I appreciate it, JB.
No problem at all, Simon. That's all I got for you right now.
Thanks a lot, and appreciate JB for the call. Appreciate it for the call. 706, call me back. Call me back, 706. I want to talk to you. Ryan Gets It. Are you still in AWGI? Okay. We had a young lady call up yesterday, and she gave us a ticker as well, SWET. And I mentioned that I'm going to be watching this. She gave us SWET, 000 stock, and it picked up today. Interestingly enough, it picked up some volume today. And I suggest you guys watch it as well, too. If you guys remember that young lady that called up. So nice little gain on SWET. 704, what's up, man?
Hey, man. What's going on? It's Alex here.
Hey, Alex, what you got for us today, man?
Hey, man, so today he wasn't in Wall Street. He was fucking Walmart, man.
Yeah.
Everything low prices, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I loaded myself up on fucking blue chips, man.
Oh,
Shit,
so
everything was on sale.
So-
Everything was on sale, man.
that's true. I mean,
Damn.
but are you saying on sale as in you believe that these stocks are just pulling back momentarily and that we're going to continue to, we're going to rally here?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Okay.
So I went in and loaded up myself on some of them damn blue chips that I couldn't afford before, man.
That's true. True.
Yeah,
I
got
mean,
me some money.
that's absolutely right.
What
I mean,
caused that? Was that like a delayed kind of
well,
from the Fed?
well, I mean, again, they're different. I mean, ideas behind it. And CNBC, again, I'm not a big believer in everything they say, but their analysts, have really good point of views on things. They're saying it's because of the whole, Russian allegations, the fact that the FBI is investigating the Trump administration, just a lot of inconsistencies coming out of Washington right now, and the lack of direction coming out of Washington. And also, we also had
this guy Trump is a joke, man.
Yeah.
We watch. I mean, if this guy continues in power, man.
Right.
Man,
I mean, there's a lot of things going on.
I see another sale coming up soon, man.
I started off the show saying I hope that the market collapses. I honestly really do. I mean, he owned up to the fact that this was his rally, so if it collapses, then he's got to take responsibility for that as well too. But again, politics aside, we're traders and we're looking for opportunities to make money, and I think this is the best time to be trading right now.
Oh yeah.
So it's an interesting from your point of view, Alex, that you feel that the rally will continue and that we're just pulling back here for a little bit.
Oh yeah, man. So I did good, man. I never seen anything. And this is my first time seeing stocks pulling back the way they did. So I took advantage of the opportunity, man.
There it is, man.
But all right, man. Keep
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right. Shout out to Alex. Alex thinks this is just a momentary sell-off in the rally, and he might be right. He might be right. He absolutely might be right. As we can see here, I watched NVIDIA come down, following what was going on in the market overall. We watched NVIDIA sell off. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. 706, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sal, JB again.
Hey, JB, what's up?
Hey, that ICG that you had on the screen earlier, that India globalization.
Yes,
like
yes.
That was two stocks I was looking at. I had them on stock a while ago too. I was looking at their Nasdaq plays. It's that one. They do the weed as well too. I forgot exactly what part they have, but that's a marijuana play there as well, and it's a Nasdaq, real cheap.
Oh wow. Okay, so it's now when you say marijuana, is it? Are you talking industrial hemp, or you're talking about? I mean, they own like a dispensary or some. They supply dispensaries.
I can't tell you exactly what that company does.
Okay.
I just know that they are involved, with weed, and it's a Nasdaq. That's just one that I had down under my Nasdaq, and weed that was real low.
Okay.
And it's another one that's kind of similar to that I could tell you exactly what they're doing. It's XXII.
Yes. This is the 21st century, right? Or 22nd century. There it is.
22nd century. Yeah, they I believe they make vaporizers or something like that, but they're doing the hemp thing with the weed, testing out the plants and stuff like that and everything. So that's also a Nasdaq play, or I think it's New York Stock Exchange, that one.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that one as well is that's another cannabis play that's involved in the cannabis industry right now.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call, J Bino.
No problem at all.
All right, so J Bino bringing up IGC as well as XXII as higher. All right, definitely higher tier. I mean, they're trading on the higher exchanges, NASDAQ. All right, XXII and IGC as marijuana plays. Obviously, go do your research on those. See how deep they are in the business.
IGC, I had no idea that was marijuana at all, or had any kind of affiliation with the business. JNUG, I'm looking at JNUG. Yeah, gold slightly picked up today. 704, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, good evening. This is Astrid. How are you?
Oh, doing good, Astrid. How are you?
Good. So one of my beginner plays, WDRP, was up 53.45% today.
Wonderport. Yes,
Right.
Wonderport is
Yes.
it's a beautiful OTC stock that's regularly goes through regular pumps, and I'm guessing you caught the ride at the perfect time.
I believe so. I bought this back in January, and there was a release in February, like February 13th, saying that it had introduced 6 new flavors, and they were testing it out on some, consumers. And then if that was good, then they were going to release it on Amazon. So I held on to it because, it was so early when I was still so new in the game. I just would hold, I held on to it and would just look at it and so forth. And then today, finally, they're now selling on Amazon, their Sapa coffee.
Oh, wow.
And I bought this one as well because I actually use their protein product and their body cream. They sell
wow.
it at the Body Shop. It's the hemp product, and I use their hemp protein powder. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. I'm like, oh, wow. Something
Okay.
happened.
Now let me ask you:
So
does the
I don't know
protein
what
actually
to do
taste
next,
good?
though. Huh?
Like, does the protein actually taste good too?
Yeah, I mixed it with a banana, some water or almond milk,
Okay.
and I'm good to go. I've been using it for a while. You can get it at the Vitamin Shop, Amazon. It has hemp on it, and it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're like I said, their body cream you can get it at the Body Shop.
Now, Astrid, where we are in the chart now, 0089. Do see here it's got some highs going back to early February, as high as 0.0160. What are your plans for the stock? Do you feel there's more good news to come, or are you taking profits here? What are you going to be doing?
I'm not sure. I had a busy day at work, so I couldn't really look at my portfolio too much. I know I think I have 13,000 shares. So I bought, I think, 6,000 at the 0.0089. So it sounds like I just broke even.
Okay.
So they just got released today. I may just wait it out a little bit and see what happens. I don't know that other news is supposed to come out. So I'll just watch it, but if I can take some profits, I definitely will. This will be my first one.
All right. Thank you so much, and congratulations,
Yeah.
Astrid. It looks like
All
things
right,
are moving in your favor.
Yeah, patience. This is definitely one I had to be patient with. So, I'm learning.
Will do. Thanks you for the call, Astrid.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. So, I really hope, she knocks it out the park with this one. I really hope she knocks it out the park with this one, because Wonderport can do it. It can definitely do it. This is one that, if she got in early, as she said, and now she's break even. So every gain from now here on in is going to the bottom line. That's going to work in her favor, and I really hope she knocks it out. All right. And I've seen you, Astrid, in the Discord and whatnot. Don't get frustrated, and I know it has been getting to you, but again, I really hope she knocks it out with this one. 240, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
This is Eric. I called yesterday, but I was wondering about GFGU. I put in an order today when it was peaking, and then it fell and dipped back up, and I held on to it. It's at 0.005. I bought it at around 0.0057. I was just wondering whether you think the stock could possibly either bull up in the morning or drop down. Based on...
Well, you've had several good days of volume here in the stock. I'm not sure. Did you get it? Like, how did this come on your radar? Is it an email or?
No, just research. Just looking through different. Yeah.
Yeah. So far, a couple of days here of solid volume.
You're at you said you're in at 0057. I don't see why not. The stock will touch that again here in the future, especially if you maintain the volume you've been having. A higher volume today than yesterday. So get Fugu. Okay, never heard of this company, by the way, but 0051. Not much trading history before then to really go off of. But let me see here. What do they do? Let me see.
I have absolutely no idea. I just look at numbers, yeah.
Sure. All right, so get Fugu. Let me just, is the website working? I'm just curious. Vape company. All right, so the website. They got a website, there's nothing on it. Okay, but yeah, man, I again, I can't predict the future, but if it can maintain this volume, sure, absolutely, to get that 0057 again, it will, and higher. Right now, here on the daily chart, stay in the trade. Don't see any indications that you're going to be dropping anytime soon, unless again, you're unable to maintain that volume that the stock's been going through lately.
Yeah. And then DTII.
Yeah, DTII. This one dropped off today. I let me see. DTII. I wasn't a big fan of this to begin with, but that's why we had a guy here in the chat room a couple of days ago. I saw him come in, but I didn't let him get a chance to really take over and talk about it because I know he wanted to pump this DTII. And sure enough, today, pulled back strongly. Are you in the stock right now?
Yeah, I bought it in low.
Okay.
Bought it in like 0.02 or
okay.
I think it was like 2.1 or something.
Okay. I think if you, oh man, here's the thing about DTII. Let me see what the.
It's a little choppy.
Yeah, it's slowed down a little bit. The volume too is declining a little bit, and what do you guys think? I mean, because I'm looking at DTII, and to me, it's saying you might want to get out here. I think tomorrow's your make it or break it day. I think if you break below 0.0140, then I would get out of this, man. I would honestly get out of this. I'm seeing declining volume day after day here. If you look at the daily charts, this is your third day of lower volume, so the momentum is dying. You know what I mean? So I would probably, again, if you have if you look to start a very red day tomorrow, I would get out.
All right, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. All right. Yeah, DTII, I wasn't a fan of it, and again, I don't want anybody to run around and because I'm not going to say his name, but I saw him come in the chat room, and he comes in here and he slaps a whole bunch of tickers out there, and all of them are stocks that he's front loaded on, and hoping that you guys buy. And he came in here yesterday and did that. And now he's nowhere to be found when the stock takes a shit. 585, you're on the air. What's up? 585, you there? All right, 585, you hung up. PPHM, what is PPHM doing? Where is PPHM doing? 70, okay, PPHM, we're still watching PPHM. All the indicators again on PPHM still saying stay in the trade, although you got the doji showing up today. That's a little scary. All right, one more time. 585, you there?
Yeah, hi. Can you take a look at THLD for me?
THLD. Who am I speaking with, by the way?
Ta?
Yes, who am I speaking with?
This is Ta.
Ta, okay. All right, appreciate it. Thank you for the call. THLD.
Thank you for taking the call.
No problem. Down just slightly under 10% here. Okay, 2 million shares traded today. This is, again, a stock that ran a couple days ago. Now, what are you seeing in this? Is this something you'd like to, jump in here, or?
Well, I actually have a couple of questions. So I got in at about 967, 68.
Okay.
And do you think I should average down at this point?
No, THLD. Nah, I'm not a big fan of averaging down and adding to, losing positions. Although it is stabilizing here at 57 cents. The last hour of the day today, anyway. Let me see here. What does the daily chart say? Let's go back to that. You had the huge run up a couple days ago. Now you're actually below support, which was at 60 cents. Going back as far back as February 20th. Oh man, let me see here. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would actually stay tight here. I would stay tight on here. I don't believe in averaging down. But I heard that works for some people. But for me personally, I wouldn't do that. I actually would hang tight here and see if you get a pop to the upside before you add on to, a situation where the stock is going in your favor, whereas adding to where the stock is going down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think there's some sort of merger coming. So
Okay.
Should I hold this until after the merger, or should I make moves before?
Oh, obviously, yeah. I mean, if you have heard something about a merger and actually seen analysts talk about it, and the company released news saying that a possible merger or they're in talks with another company, then now that averaging down comment you made makes a little bit more sense. So if you've seen,
Yeah, I think I saw some news about it.
Right. Okay, so if you see reputable news, I'm not saying a forum or anything like that. I mean reputable news from a well-respected website saying, hey, this company is in talks with so and so about a merger. Then yeah, that averaging down idea you came up with actually makes kind of good sense. I wouldn't go crazy because I don't know what the effects and how the market is going to respond to when that eventually goes down, hopefully sooner than later. But yes, now that comment makes a lot more sense if that's the truth.
So given how it's going, what do you think the bottom is right now?
Well, bottom was supposed to be 60 cents. Now you're hanging. Let me see here at the 50-day moving average, which is 58 cents. I believe that's where the bottom is going to be. I believe you're at bottom now. I honestly believe you're at bottom. If you go back to, let me see here. If you go back to February 2nd, there is support at 51. But man, you actually got as low as 56 today, and buyers swooped up and grabbed those shares. Let me see. I believe your 50-day moving average, which you're sitting on right now at 58 cents, should be your bottom. You're at slightly below 50 on the RSI. Volume was 2.1 million shares. Oh man, THLD is not the prettiest stock in the world either to begin with. But yeah, I would hold and see. I wouldn't add any more money to this position right now. I just wouldn't do that.
Okay, thank you for taking the call.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not I just wouldn't add any more money to this situation. I don't know, Dave. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Did anybody get that same feeling? I don't know if anybody else is looking at the stock, but I just, right now you're sitting at the 50-day moving average. You can't tell if it's going to break through that. It tested it today and actually did hold. You've got a January support level of 51 cents. If she jumps in there and now buys at 58 tomorrow, and then, it cracks through, 706. Oh, 706. Call me back. Yeah, I've been watching it for, I played it a couple days ago when it popped. Yeah, I got to see some news. All right. I'm not a fan of averaging down. I don't know where that whole idea of averaging down comes from. Stocks when we talk about like the Walmarts and Verizons of the world, but companies like this, I don't believe in averaging down on companies, and like this. 706, you're back on. What's up?
Solid JB95 again.
What you got for us today, man?
So that ICG that you was looking at earlier, the India globalization, I was looking it up, and it looks like today they filed for a patent for one of their cannabinoid products for eating disorders.
Okay.
And I guess they got a couple other products in the pipeline for epilepsy and seizures and stuff like that for cannabinoid-based products and stuff. So I guess today they filed for a patent today for one of their products for eating disorder for veterinary and human consumption.
Okay. Yeah, I'm India globalization. Okay, so not too much news about it, but I do see where you're talking about it at. All right, India Globalization Capital Incorporated. Yeah, I'll keep watching it, man. I'll keep watching it.
No problem. Just wanted to let you know what they were going to try to look at it real quick, see what they're talking about.
Appreciate it, J. Bino.
No problem at all, sir.
All right, so, J. Bino expecting big things out of this, and I guess he wants to let you guys know IGC is going to move. And again, just giving us that good information. Everybody go ahead and press like on this video. I appreciate it. Press like. You've seen it, and I want other people to get a chance to see it. And you pressing like helps me to do that. Who brought up RNN? Danger Dave, RNN. You actually got a lot of selling momentum here as the stock has crossed the 4 and 8 exponential moving average and going lower. All right. As you can see, the stock has developed a spinning top candlestick on RNN here on the daily chart. So now you're just basically looking for confirmation of the bearish momentum in tomorrow's intraday activity in the stock. So we'll see what happens with that. But the daily chart is saying get out. 646, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, good evening, Silas from Perez.
Hey, what's up, Juan?
Good, how are you?
Good. What you got for us today, man?
So remember, I don't know if you remember, last night I called to get your input on GEVO. I know you mentioned it, and then I was looking at it, and I called back saying that it was at low. The lowest was 95 cents, and we didn't have any lower than that for some support, whatever.
Yeah.
So I just have a question for you. I bought in this morning at 106, and it went down to, I think the lowest was $1, and it held support there.
Yeah.
And then it was the entire day, just $1, 102, whatever, and then it closed back at the price that I bought in, almost at the highs, which was 109. So my question to you is there something? Is there a name for that where the stock goes at its lowest, and then it closes at the opening or close to the highs of the day?
If there's a name of that setup, I'm not sure.
The reason why I ask is because back in February, I bought in on CNAB, and I can't remember the exact day, and I bought it at $2 or $2.02, and then it dipped, and I sold, and then it closed at the price that I bought it at, and then the next day it went up to a high of 250. Okay. So is it a coincidence? Is that like something like a behavior of a stock, or is there? Is there a pattern for that?
It's not. Well, some people it's called personally, I think this is just bottom fishing, man. I honestly think this is just bottom fishing. I mean, this is, if you go and look at that $1 price, if you go back to the 17th, I'm just here looking at the chart. If you go back to the 17th, you see real strong support from that stock on the 17th at that price. Right. And sure enough, the stock moved higher from that $1 to a high almost $1.15 the very next day. So, if anything, this is just bottom fishing where you had people, look up the chart and see, hey, there's a lot of support here at $1 in GVO. So I think if I take a position here, I'm setting myself up for, a pretty decent return here once the stock, pops here. So,
Right.
and we talked about GVO yesterday, that again, it's, several weeks of bearish action in the stock. And sure, I honestly believe that there will be a technical situation that will happen that will, send this stock soaring very soon. I do believe that. And many people in the chat room
Yeah.
believe the same thing as well.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, there's the stock. I'm telling you, from like 9:30 in the morning all the way up until 3:50, it was at 102. I mean, it went up to 109, like around 10 o'clock, I think. I can't remember exactly. But then the last 10 minutes of the day, when I thought it was going to close below, it just spiked up to 106 at the price that I bought at. I mean, I was just curious. Maybe tomorrow will be a new high, just because of my experience with seeing that back then when I bought in at 2. It did to like 170. I sold because I got scared, and then and then it went back up to 202 when it closed, and then the following day it went up to 250.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to analyze if this is a coincidence or a pattern here, or is there a specific name for when the stock behaves this way?
Right.
But I just wanted your input on that.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. So, again, going back to, answering his question, this is bottom fishing. In my opinion, it's just bottom fishing. That's just basically what guys who are, looking at the chart, seeing that, hey, I mean, $1 a share for this stock, you're heavily oversold on the daily, heavily oversold on the weekly, monthly charts. You've got support, previous day support at these prices. I'm going to get in here. Nothing else. Really nothing else. And it's only a matter of time until he calls back and tells us about the gains he's got in GVO. Because it's setting up just like Bad Scientist Coin did a couple of days ago. Just like Dries did a couple weeks ago now. All right, and GLBS and many of those other shippers that had charts that looked exactly like this. That looked exactly like the daily chart. Just like this. Exactly like that. 614, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sal? K. Harvey here. Bro.
Hey, K. Harvey, what's up, man?
Hey, listen, got a question regarding the ticker. So last year, obviously, when you started the show, me, Mr. Lloyd, and a few other people who were one of the first ones there, it was the gas thing. Everybody was on the gas. Is gas going to go back up? Everybody thought that was going to be the case.
Yeah.
And two of the tickers that I always kept from last year was, like I was telling everybody in the previous call, Dries was at 40-something cents.
Yes.
And then this one right here, ULTR is the one I want you to pull up right now.
Yeah,
Let
me see here, ULTR. That was a dirt cheap stock at that time. I don't even know what it's doing now. Is it still even trading?
Well, yeah. See, that's the thing. That's why I'm calling, because both of those stocks were, together at that time. I always kept it on. I just always kept track of it. They got approved today for I think it's like a chapter, whatever, bankruptcy for from the courts.
ULTR.
But and I was just thinking, because it's so low, because obviously those stocks went in the opposite direction. That was hovering right around 28, 30 something, and then Dries was at 30, 40 something. We were looking at it, and then of course we all know what happened. But I'm just wondering, even if it's just a 3-4 cent gain with that approval, if it being so cheap, it could possibly run. Even if it's just with that news today, I'm just looking to do a quick double up. That's all. I was just wondering what you thought about that.
Yeah, man, I remember. Yeah, ULTR used to be that one for us that we talked about very regularly at the beginning of the show. And, the company has since filed for bankruptcy. Now they trade as ULTRQ, a Q stock. Very risky play, as you can see here, man, going into 2017. It's lost a lot of value off the stock, very low on the RSI. I thought it was, and it looked like it was consolidating here at, 0.013 for a while.
Right. Well, see, what I also read is once this approval, they're going to sell off on a lot of their for what they owe for whatever with the bankruptcy. And I'm just wondering if that catalyst, like I stated, I'm not in the stock at all.
Yeah.
However, if you can get in at where it's at and it run up to 5 or 6 cents in a day or two, and then get your profits from there. That's why I was just wondering. So because
I mean, absolutely. I mean,
today.
you can make money trading, a OTCQ stock, and I know we've had guys do that here on the show. Now, whether or not this approval that came through, what was it, today?
Yeah, it was today. I got the email today from the courts. They got approved for their bankruptcy or what have you, and then with that approval, they'll be able to sell off a lot of their assets, which will go in turn to pay off on their debt. So I'm just wondering with that news, it's like,
I'm
wondering
surprised
if
it
that thing
didn't
is shoot up somewhere.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't move the stock today, though. I mean, why wouldn't it have moved it?
Exactly. So it didn't even come. I didn't get it until after it was closed. It was 5 something.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
it was
right.
5:44. It was after the market closed. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering about tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm going to be watching this tomorrow
that.
and seeing what happens with it. Only 143,000 shares traded intraday today, and obviously that coming after hours. We'll see what the market thinks about it, man. From what we read about the stock back then, I mean, they had a couple billion in assets at one time.
Exactly.
And so they definitely can raise some money, and we'll see what the market thinks about it. ULTRQ.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep my eye on it, bro. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh yeah, I mean, bankrupt companies definitely still trade. Q is a bankrupt stock, but we've had some guys make money on bankrupt stocks now. Don't count them out again, especially if you're just day trading a short-term catalyst. PRGN. Let me see, is PRGNF. This was once PRGN, used to be PRGNQ, now it's PRGNF. But that was once, bankrupt, still is going through a shitty time. But again, you can make money with the Qs. You can make money with the Qs, but definitely not want to be one of those pray and hope kind of people. But K. Harvey isn't one of those guys. I know he's just trying to get in and get out. And we'll definitely be looking at that stock tomorrow. In fact, I got that listed, ULTRQ, one of the Q stocks. We'll see. 601, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Si? This is John from Florida.
Hey, what's up, John?
Not too much. Two ticket on to bring to your attention, and I want to ask you a question as well. There are two promoted stocks. The first one is UCPA, United Communication Partners.
UCPA, United Communications Partners.
Yeah, up 187% today. I think it hit as high as 0099, then it pulled back down, and it's currently trading at 0046.
All right.
Now the question I want to ask is, now obviously with these promoted stocks, I don't know if you want to, I guess you could classify it as a pump and dump. I'm not sure. I guess so because it dumped. Mm-hmm. But if I'm trying to play a pump and dump or a promoted stock, what exactly am I on the chart? What indicators? What are the best? And you might have already talked about this. I'm pretty sure you have, but I might have missed it. What are the best indicators to look at on an intraday chart? Let's say I'm looking at 5-minute intraday chart.
Mm-hmm.
What are the best indicators to use to let me know if the stock is gonna dump or if it's gonna continue to keep going up?
Well, the 4 and 8 exponential moving average by far is your best indicator to use to determine whether or not momentum has changed in either a positive or negative direction, or it's a good indicator to use to let you know to stay in the trade. When a stock, when the 4 crosses underneath the 8 exponential moving average, that shows that
the momentum is now going going down basically. And let's see if there's somewhere in this chart I can show you an example of that. Let me see. All right. And here we go. If we go back to this stock, UCPA, let's go back to 10 o'clock this morning. All right. And I'm on the 5-minute chart. And as you can see, my white line is the 4 exponential moving average. The red line is the 8 exponential moving average. And as you can see, as the candlesticks develop, all right, the 4 starts to go underneath the 8, and that lets me know we're exhibiting bearish momentum developing in the stock. All right, so eventually the white 4 exponential average did go underneath the 8, and what happened is that the stock ended up finding support there at the 20-day moving average, right, which is the center of the Bollinger Band. So here in the center of the Bollinger Band, you actually started getting, some buying developing here, and then all of a sudden, the 4 started going back above the 8 exponential moving average until eventually that gave down as well. But again, to answer your question, the 4 EMA and the 8 EMA are in my opinion, the best intraday indicators to trade, to identify bullish or bearish momentum.
Okay, so you saying if I'm in that trade early, and I see that 4 go down below the 8, I should go ahead and sell. Is that what you're saying, or is that just because sometimes when I'm watching the 4, it'll go below it and then it'll go right back above it.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, those indicators are not perfect. I mean, it's not perfect, and obviously, the higher your time frame, the more accurate. The higher your time frame, the more accurate, the indicator is. But if you're trading on a 5-minute, I mean, you're going to get a lot of signals, unfortunately. But that's with any indicator on a time frame that low, because it develops so many candles. But yes, that's basically what it means. But you've got to be able to identify whether or not that's, how accurate of a signal that is. Being that this is a stock that's being manipulated, pumped, it's a pretty accurate sign that if this is going against you, then it's probably going against you for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. All right, and the next stock is VICA. V as in violin, I, C as in cat, A as in apple. It's up 55%. Opened the day at 20 cent point 2, and jumped all the way up to 0.31. The volume is a little low, but I actually think this one could continue to run a little bit tomorrow, possibly. This is also another promoted stock. Just one to keep your eye on.
Okay. Now, who's promoting this one? Like, do you happen to know? Is it an email or?
Hold on one second. I can tell you. Let me see if I can tell you right now. It is. Yeah, I'm not even logged in. No, I can't tell you.
Okay.
It's definitely a promoted stock, but I forgot the name of it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a promoted stock, but it's just something to watch. I'm not in it. I did make a small return on the first stock I told you, but on this one here, I'm actually not in it. But I was thinking about maybe trying to get in it tomorrow. Obviously, I would like to see the volume pick up a little bit more. But the volume is, is what, 500K. I mean, I don't think that's that's not too bad.
It's actually not that bad for
average.
Right, for a 31-cent stock, trading over the counter. That's actually not that bad. You would like to see if that can continue on tomorrow. I do see here, you can tell they front loaded a little bit here as well. All right. I mean, we'll see again if that can carry on. I'm not sure again who promoted it or whatnot, and I don't see any recent news, and whether or not news is going to be coming or not to support this newfound energy in the stock. But so far, I mean, good day today. But let's see if it can build off this candlestick. That's the real big problem with a lot of these manipulated stocks is they have a really great day, and then subsequent days it just dies. Kind of like DTII has done recently. So this might be a situation where today it was great, tomorrow you'll have a red day, and then you'll have a bounce back, probably Thursday or even Friday or in the stock. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Thanks for taking my call.
All
Thanks
right,
for the
appreciate
advice.
it. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's always tough to play these, man, and a lot of people get themselves frustrated chasing, one day pops that sometimes don't carry over the very next day. So this might go red tomorrow and then green the next day, where people, buy those cheaper shares. We'll see if it can maintain it. I don't know what happens with that. Okay, I don't know what happens with that. Yeah, I got a small position as well as USEI. Again, that's a long-term thing. I'm not even paying attention to it. 606, you on the air. What's up?
I don't know.
Hello,
Hello, who am I speaking with?
this is Frida.
All right, Frida, and how can I help you today, ma'am?
I would like to know how to get a screen up like the one that's showing on Sal's thing here.
Okay. Well, ma'am, all you have to do. Are you using me on the computer right now? Are you watching me on the computer screen, obviously?
Yes.
Okay, so I would just open up another browser or another tab and simply go ahead and type tradingview.com. And you'll see it pop right up, and you can go ahead and type in a ticker, and you'll see a screen just like that. Hello? All right. Hello?
Yes.
All right. So did you hear my suggestion?
Yes.
Okay.
Type in tradingview.com,
Yes.
and it brought up stock charts
Uh-huh.
and forex and stock and trading futures.
Yeah, so if you can, go ahead and turn the volume down in the background so you'll be able to hear me a little bit better.
Okay, just a second.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had it high because I'd been listening to this and just working around.
Okay. All right. So yes.
All right.
So yes, ma'am. So all you would have to do, again, now you're at the website. As you can see there on the website, there should be a part for you to enter a tab or enter, a ticker in a space at the top of the screen there. Do you happen to see where you can put a ticker in?
Oh. Yes.
Okay. So you can put in whatever ticker you're interested in following.
It's not letting me put anything in there.
Okay, hold on here. All right. And if you can lower me in the background a little bit more, because I'm getting a lot of feedback here.
Okay, hold on just 1 minute. Okay, is that better?
All right, that's a lot better. So, yes. So when you go to tradingview.com, you should see a little gap there right at the top, and it should say ticker. When you go to tradingview.com, as soon as the website pulls up, at the very top, you'll see the logo TradingView, then you'll see ideas, scripts, chart, and then a gap where it says ticker.
No, it's just a gray screen, and it says tradingview.com in big letters, and out from there's a search bar.
Okay.
And below there's a box that says stock charts, forex, stocks, trade futures, and a bunch more.
Okay. All right. So let me see this. So there's nothing that says ticker at the top there where you can, like a little box where you can enter anything?
Just the search bar.
Okay.
The search ads.
Nah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where are you at here. All right. So let me see here because I'm looking at TradingView.com. I'm trying to figure out where could you be at.
I don't know. I just opened up a new tab and put in TradingView. I guess I spelled that right. TRADEING. View.
Oh no, TRADING.
Okay, I
View.com.
added an E in there.
Yeah, no E in TradingView. Yeah, www.
Let me put you on speaker.
Yeah, the only E should be in the view.
Okay.
All right. So at the top there, you should see a part where it says ticker. And you can enter stock tickers there.
No, I see a light bulb. It says sign in.
You don't have to sign in. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to sign in. So you see a lot. Okay, so do you see a chart at all?
Okay, launch chart.
There it is.
Let's see. Okay.
All right.
I have it.
There it is. So you can follow people there in the chat room listing different stocks, and go ahead and type that in, and the chart will pick it right up. And that's where, I start predominantly most of my research, and I think you'll be able to learn a lot from there. So thank you so much, ma'am, for the call.
Very good. I have a question also.
Mm-hmm.
I got an email from Daily Wealth, I think is what the email was from, and it talks about that Donald Trump is supposed to make an announcement of some kind about marijuana and stocks and all that stuff on the 20th day of April. And he also talked about Justin Trudeau supposed to legalize marijuana all through Canada on the 15th of April. Is this legitimate, or is this just something to try to get money, or is it hype? Or?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with who, I've never heard of that Donald Trump was going to say anything about marijuana on 420. He might make a comment or two about it. I don't doubt that, because I'm sure he knows what that date represents, but it's nothing that I would, there's no stock in particular that you should get on or jump in because of that. Legalization of marijuana in Canada could happen. It's likely, more likely than it is here in America. But off the top of my head, there's no stock that I would just jump in because of that just yet.
Okay.
But interesting news to take note of, but nothing that you should be giving your money to anybody because of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all the help you've been.
No problem, ma'am. I appreciate it, and thank you for watching my show.
You're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right. So thank you. Appreciate the call, ma'am. Appreciate the call. Yeah, I mean, she's probably getting those promoter emails and whatnot, and just again, don't give them any of your money. Don't give them any of your money, and that's all. That's all I can say about that. But I have a feeling Trump could say something. he could say something. I think he knows. He's got people around him who very well know what that date represents, and maybe he'll make a comment or two about it. I don't think any legislation will come from it, but he might make a smart comment here and there. All right, appreciate the call. All right, yeah, I do see a lot of small cap promoting VICA. Yeah, the one we just talked about with Jay Bino. VICA. Is that Tony Miles? I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. PTIE, Pain Therapeutics at 40. Oh, okay. Nice gain on Pain Therapeutics, man. All right. Here's another stock that soared today. As you can see, incredible, unusual volume in the stock. On what news, though? Okay. So FDA positive regulatory guidance from FDA Remoxy. All right. So some kind of FDA guidance that was announced by the company, and definitely had that stock soaring. But look at that huge candlestick. So you got really high in the stock before pulling back. Let's look how ugly this was. Okay, so yeah, you had a lot of buying pressure in the morning. All right, again, the stock couldn't find buyers at that 130, 120, or 110 price. The stock cooled down from that morning rush. Stock cools down from that morning rush. Well, Corey, I don't know. I mean, we've had the promoter on the stock call in about GIGL, and he said for individuals to take profits. He actually said that. In fact, if you go to his Twitter account, Penny Hat Stocks, that's his Twitter account, Penny Hat Stocks. He was the guy promoting GIGL for the last couple of weeks. He told people, hey, go ahead and take some profits now because we're going to be going quiet for a little bit. Again, this is what the promoter said. It's not what I'm saying. So the stock hasn't necessarily responded the same way, though. You had the day he said that the stock was sort of kind of down, but the last 2 days haven't been too bad in GIGL. And here is GIGL on the daily chart. As you can see here, this stock has used that purple line, which is the 13 EMA. The 13 EMA. And it's bounced off that now once, twice, 3 times. Actually, if you count that wick there, it's 4. And maintained itself pretty nicely. Right now, GIGL is staying in the trade. It's actually it's saying to stay in the trade. You said I'm buffering? Am I buffering, people? It looks like I'm good, man. You were? Okay. All right. Some people saying I am. Some people are saying I'm not. Oh, it's I was buffering. Okay. I don't know. It's doing good now, though. It's doing good. I'm all right now. All right. So GIGL right now it's saying stay in the trade. So if you're in GIGL now, you're doing really well. But you're still very hot though, man. If you look at this intraday, or excuse me, this daily chart, you're pretty hot on GIGL right now, man. You're practically at the top of the RSI. All right, you're practically at the top of the RSI. Okay, I do see myself here a little bit, buffering here a little bit. All right, so goddamn, not this again. If you guys remember at the beginning of the show, when we first started the show, that was a huge issue. But looks like it's a little bit better now. But yeah, it's going in and out here and there. Yeah, I see I'm buffering a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't make it unwatchable, but let me see here. All right. Yeah, I know, right? It's not even a Friday show. That's hilarious. People laughing about my Friday shows here. Let's keep it moving. All right, so GIGL saying stay in the trade so far. Not bad. ORRV. ORRV, Oceanic and Recovery, 0024, down 20%. Wow, yeah, you're all the way down there in ORRV. 2017 has been pretty good for the stock so far, but I'm not sure where this is going now. Don't know much about the stock, so whoever brought up ORRV, you let me know where this is going. A lot of choppiness, as you can see here now. You're below the 50-day moving average, which is that dark yellowish line there. So are you going all the way back to the triples or what? We know this used to be a triples stock. In fact, if you go back not too far back, in fact, if you go just to December 5th of 2016, this stock was trading at 0002. 0002, and you got to as high as 0044. All right, you got to as high as 0044. So, you know, it just kind of goes to show you the kind of percentage returns, kind of percentage returns you can make on these stocks. And again, just to do the math, because you guys know I love to do the math when you see those kind of plays. 0002. The stock got to as high as 0044, which was just this past March 1st. All right, which represents a 2,100% gain in 3 months. All right, from December 2nd to March, what was that day? To March 1st. December 2nd to March 1st, to 2,100% gain. Not bad. What's going on, May Single? Oh, Nisi, you're in the building. Okay, hey, Nisi, do you want to talk about that situation that you had with the Cameron Foose thing? Because, you know, I actually thought about it, and I've always believed that if you're going to pay for that kind of training, right, that kind of training, I do believe that, you know, obviously watching the DVDs, reading, studying on your own, trading on your own, you do learn a lot. But I understand the benefits that comes with having a mentor, you know, a guy who is really skilled, be able to give you some insight that he may do that you can start doing to be able to close the gap between, you know, the possibly many months or years that, you know, you would have of trial and error without the help. Without the help. You know? So when you sent me that email and said that they were asking for $2,500 to train you, again, I don't know, I can't remember how long you said that was for. $2,500 between, you know, you and your success may not be a lot of money. But then again, if it's money you don't have, of course, then I wouldn't do it. But if you have it to spend and you believe that it's an investment into what could be, you know, something you do for the rest of your life, and you really love this, then I would make the jump. I would make the jump. You know, I would make the jump. Yeah. ICNT. Let me see here. ICNT. I do see, yeah, I see you guys talking about ICNT. ICNT is one. Let me see here. Let me go back to a slightly higher time frame here. Oh, yeah, ICNT is real tight. Where's all that volume all of a sudden coming from in the last 2 days here on ICNT? All that volume all of a sudden, that the stock averaged only 34,000 shares daily. All of a sudden you're seeing 3.2 million
3.62 today on ICNT. So one to watch. It was for 5 days. Oh, hell no, man. $2,500 for 5 days? For 5 days, that's it? 706, what's up?
JV85.
Hey, what's up, Jim?
INCT looks like they're coming out with their own type of show, like First 48. Looks like they're releasing news about coming out with a TV show with unsolved crimes in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing it might be something like a First 48 or something like that.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's probably what got that jumping right there, but just wanted to let you know what they had going on.
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so Jay Bino talking about ICNT getting into the TV business, getting into the TV business with their little thing going on. Speaking about TV, I'm still waiting for that Major League Football, MLFB. If you guys remember, we brought that up at 5 cents a share. Now it's at 7. We brought that up at 5 cents a share. Now it's at 7. Major League Football. Supposedly they were supposed to have their first game this coming June. Major League Football. Supposed to be like the, D League of the NFL that they're trying to put together. And they've been trying to do this now for the last 2.5 years. So Major League Football, ticker MLFB, now at 7 cents a share. All right, now it's 7 cents a share. All right, we'll keep watching it. We'll see what happens. 708, you're on the air.
Hey, it's me, Nisi.
Hey, Nisi, what's up?
Okay, so I guess I should explain the whole Food Academy thing.
Yes, go ahead.
Because it seems like, okay. So I went to the website after watching a couple of his videos, and I decided, well, it had the thing for the Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So I clicked on it because it doesn't, Tim Sykes, his is free for, he wants to make millionaire students. So I thought it was the same thing, where it's free.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on there. You have to write some sort of, I guess, essay explaining why you should be a student. So I did that, not thinking that, I would be picked because I felt like my essay was stupid.
Yeah, they all
Whatever.
everybody gets picked, but go ahead.
So I get an email saying, okay, we're going to schedule an interview with some guy. Don't know his name. I shouldn't say his name anyways. So he calls me. The interview lasted 20 minutes where he was just explaining his college experience and was talking about other stuff. He really wasn't talking about the program too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, at this point, I still didn't know that the Academy costs money. So I'm just like, okay, this sounds like a good deal. He's like, oh, the Academy is 5 days long. It's Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then another Tuesday and Thursday. But it's only 4-hour classes, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay. Still didn't see anything wrong until I got another email saying that the class was $2,500. And I'm like, well, that's too much for 5 classes, only 4 hours long. Because what if I, need to interact with somebody?
Right.
It didn't say anything about, oh, you can interact with us. He gave me, which I sent you, he gave me a schedule of the breakdown of the class. And I'm like, well, some of this stuff I feel like I can look up on my own.
Mm-hmm.
If I miss a class, then what happens? Because the week of the actual Academy, I'm going to be in the Virgin Islands, and I can't, just stop what I'm doing there, and I'll miss 2 classes.
Right.
So,
right. Oh, so it's not even in person. This is online or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's a video chat either. It's just simply the 5 classes, which I think he'll show you those videos that you sent.
Yeah.
The Seuss something too. And
Yeah,
Foos One.
Foos. Yeah, I think I've heard of that. They all they're basically doing is giving you clips from the first and the second DVDs that we've given out here on the show for free. You know, to anybody who wants them. I mean, so to wrap this up, you know, what's your move? Do you plan on doing it? Obviously, you know, you got the trip and whatnot, but is it something that you'll be entertaining, or are you looking in a different direction now?
Well, you know, when I heard that it cost that much, I assumed it was a scam because I sent him a follow-up email because I tend to do that to make sure it's not a scam or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll send him a message. I make them seem that I do have the money. I do, but I make them seem I have the money, but that I pick whenever I'm going to give it to you. Because if you claim that it's a deadline to it, I shouldn't be able to break the deadline.
Right.
Or, you know, he didn't care. He's just like, oh, well, whenever you want to give me the money, you can just give me the money. And I'm like, okay. It seems like the money was more important than actually the teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, since I have the curriculum, I can just look stuff up myself.
Right.
Which is what I'm going to do.
Okay. All right. Interesting thing. But yeah, those things, I mean, look, if you got a pulse and you got the money, they'll accept you. Whether it be, you know, Tim Sykes or Foos or any of those guys. I mean, they are in the business of making money, selling their training and whatnot. And all right, I think that's basically the thing that as consumers we have to make sure who's in our best interest, who's got the best training. And do you feel that the training that he was going to offer was going to be good or not really?
Well, because then he gave me a link to look at the reviews, and I mentioned it in the email that the reviews seem fake, that they seem as if either they wrote them or that someone else. They didn't seem personable.
Mm-hmm.
They all gave him all 5 stars, and I'm like, okay, there has to be some sort of reality, because how can 20 students all give him 5 stars? Somebody has to have a 4-star or a 3-star or something,
Sure.
you know, especially for it being a new program. I think this might be his second class.
Right.
I'm not sure. But, you know, especially for it to be a starter-up class, out of the gate he got 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was no room for improvement from the first class.
Mm.
But, you know, I'm still kind of looking into it.
Right.
I'm researching on, like, because I like to research till I'm blue in the face. I don't really
Right.
care.
Yeah.
But I'll just look into it. He hasn't sent me any emails back. So
Okay.
I don't know. Well, he probably did. I didn't check.
All right. Appreciate it, though, Nisi. It's good to get your insight on that, and thank you so much for the call.
Thank you.
All right. So again, man, you know, these guys are asking for big money, man. This is not, you know, they're not asking for $19.99. I mean, he's asking for $2,500 for 5 days at 4 hours. You know, I went through a course very similar. I paid just under $1,200, and this was for Online Trading Academy. This was back in 2013, and Online Trading Academy. That one was for 5 days, but it was all day. It was 8 hours for 5 days straight. You know, and that again, that's actually a legit business. In the first class, actually, you know, when you add in the first half day class, the first half day class is actually free, and you do actually get to trade on the first half day, and that's a free course. You can go absolutely free, no obligation. But with that being said, man, be very careful with these guys, man. And somebody brought up Udemy, Melissa. Yeah, you can go to that Udemy and all those little websites where you buy courses for like $20 to $25, and those guys are actually legit. I mean, some of them are like 3 to 4 hours. They have videos, they have little PowerPoints, and they know what they're talking about too. You know, and I also see some guys mentioning how everything you need to know is on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of these guys put out a lot of free content. And a lot of the free content comes from their multiple $1,000 courses. And you can learn something from the free content. I've always said Tim Sykes' How to Make Millions is practically his whole setup is on, you know, how to make millions. And we've given the link to How to Make Millions. Everybody should have that. Everybody should have that. And we give those out free. What's going on, Kev? Appreciate that, Master. All right. What's going on, Bovage SPXS you talking about? All right. XPXS. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, Bovage, you must be playing the options on these. Oh, it's not too expensive, but SPXS, 7 million shares traded, probably has good options out on it. What's going on, Michael B? Once you give the money, you never hear from them again. Yeah, that's the only thing, man. I'd love to speak to somebody who's paying Tim Sykes $8,500 to talk to him for 20 minutes a month. 20 minutes a month on the phone for $8,500, homie. That's crazy. You can call me at 3 o'clock in the morning for $8,500 a month. If that's what you're gonna be paying me, or $8,500 for. I think it's. Is it for what, 6 months or a year? Because it's not forever, right? I mean, you're not in it forever for that one price. Let me see here. Let me give you guys that Tim Sykes How to Make Millions. Travi, I think. Let me see here. I know I got it saved somewhere. I always be having that. There it is right here. So How to Make Millions. You're going to have to use the Nitro Flare links. You're going to have to get the little 2-day Nitro Flare account. It's like $10. Just get it and download each video. You can download like 5 at a time or something. Here's the link to it. How to Make Millions. Absolutely free of charge. How to Make Millions. We got people paying $1,700 for it. You can get it right there for free. And that website, too, by the way, has got a ton of other stuff you can download, too. Pretty good stuff. Once you get that Nitro Flare account. 770, you're on the air. What's up? 770, you on. What's up? Hello? 770, I hear you, man. All right, take care.
Get out of here, you
All right.
damn nigga!
All right. So, DPW, I don't know if you want to hear me breathe or what. DPW, Clavon, down 10%. All right. I don't see what's going on with Digital Power, though, man. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Low volume. I see here the 15th. You had a crazy day on the 15th. So far, it looks like you're losing steam, especially when you're looking at the volume. Losing steam here in DPW. All right. STLT. All right, you guys bringing up good. STLT Spotlight Innovation down 8%. Oh, actually up 8%, excuse me. 40 cents a share right now. No volume, though, man. No volume at all. 20,000 shares traded. Unless today was just an unusual day for the stock. And I actually have the daily chart listed. And right now, 21,000 shares traded. You probably don't want to be there. All right, DOLV. Yeah, DOLV is a pump, man. It's a pump. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about that. And yeah, you've had 2 good days in the stock so far. You had 2 days in the stock so far, but I remember when they called up here back in February, DOLV, we had like 5 guys call up about it. And then these happened, and then they never called back. So now DOLV is running again. Now these guys show up in the chat room talking about DOLV. But in February, you guys called up here. That's the only thing I don't like, is that when the stock shits, you disappear. If I talk about a stock and the stock shits, I got to come back on the next day and answer questions about it. But these guys call up, hey, man, this is the hot stock. This is the shit to watch. And then when the stock tanks, they vanish. Oh, yeah, Jamal Lewis. I'm not talking about you. No, I'm not talking about you, Jamal Lewis. I'm not talking about you. You know, Kev Gilly, yeah, POTN was the shit, man. You know, when I talk to people about, you know, how you can make, you know, $3,000-$4,000 in one stock alone, you know, a month, especially when you catch it, POTN was a perfect example. You know, working with that $250 to $750 range, and POTN, you know, I went on the higher scale of that, and sure enough, man, 400% gains. I actually, in fact, sold it a little bit early, as I mentioned to you guys on the show. TGD. Yeah, the Panthers. I actually don't like the Panthers. I just like the way the hat looks. I was actually looking for a Jags hat. TGD, Timmons Gold Corp. 38 cents. I'm not a fan of gold right now, but if the market continues to drop, you're going to see guys move into commodities. That's why, again, if this market collapses, you're going to start seeing money flow into you know, the hard stuff. Yeah, shout out to everybody who got in with me on that POTN, man. You know, we had 5 days straight of ads before every show. You know, a lot of people thought, oh, it's so corny, so cheesy, but, you know, after that rally, they weren't laughing anymore. They weren't laughing anymore. Everybody press like on this video. We're getting heavy in here now. All right, 188 people. All right, let's go through some tickers here. Let's keep going through the tickers here. VGPR. Oh, yeah, man. You know, until you start winning, that's you know, they think you're a joke until you start winning. VGPR. Okay, 11%. Yeah, VGPR, I'm not sure on that one just yet, man. Looks like not much going on here right now. So you're a bit early. But if you think something's coming, let me know. You're a bit early. BIEL. All right, so BIEL, here's another one. It ran. Now the bands are hella tight, too. Bands are hella tight. You still, from the 8th, you know, you're down, you know, 0.00 or 0001. You're down 0001 from the 8th. I don't know where you could be going with BIEL, but the bands are hella tight in that, by the way. Bands are very, very tight. But again, if you're looking for an OTC triple that's showing some signs of life, as I mentioned earlier in the show, the way this SWET is starting out here at 0004, Solar Wind Energy Tower, you know, decent volume at 12 million shares. And here's the daily chart. You had the 002s, 003s. Now you're in the 004s with today's action. I want to see that continue to build. We'll be watching SWET. 905, you're on the air. What's up?
What's good, man? So I've been trying to contact you about SJL. I've been like saying it in the chat like crazy. I wanted you to check it out. Like I was the guy messaging you on Twitter. You probably have like a lot of people messaging you and stuff, but just wanted you to check it out.
Okay, so like, SJL,
if there's still potential in it.
Yeah, St. John Carbon, is that what it is?
Yeah, St. John Carbon.
Yeah, that's the only thing about it is that it's a Canadian play, and I don't know if everybody's platform can even pull it up. I know it doesn't pull up on. You probably won't be able to get it on Stock Trade or.
Or you can do it on like TradingView and Google Finance and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I got it on the screen right now. SJL at 9 cents. I see here you had a huge sell-off today, almost 44%. You're sitting on top of the 50-day moving average right now. The stock was halted for some time, and I think you just, up until yesterday, just got. You just resumed trading yesterday, I think, right?
Yeah, we just resumed it yesterday because they released the news or whatever, and like I don't know, like can a company get sued for maybe not releasing the full information because like they fucked up the information when they released it?
Well, sure. I mean, if investors want to take action because of that, yeah. I mean, I don't know how the legal proceedings work in Canada, but I mean, the stock was halted. I'm seeing here what was it? Almost 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. I mean, when a stock gets halted, you're talking at least 50% off the top right there as soon as it starts resuming again, because nobody wants to see their money trapped. I mean, when the stock is halted and your money is in there, you can't buy, you can't sell, you can't do anything. All you can do is just watch and wait and to see the stock resume. And sure enough, everybody's getting the hell up out of there. So if I'm talking about SJL, at this point, I mean, I'm taking my money and going elsewhere. There are some people who would look at this situation and say,
I could have sold it, but the thing is, I was just like, you know what, I might as well just wait it out, see what happens, because I don't know, man. Because I bought it at 17, it dropped to 9, now it's at 9, so I'm like, I bought it at 20, sorry, now it's at 9, so it's just like, I'm gonna lose like fucking $600. I don't even want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah, man. Whatever you got left on it, I'd probably take my profits here. You might get some bottom feeding going on here, but so tomorrow you might actually be able to get some green on it tomorrow. We'll see, but the fact that again this was halted for 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks, nobody could do anything with their money. You had investors like yourself, among who God knows how many other traders, stuck. So the first thing out the door when this stock became tradable again, you wanted to get out of there. You want to get out, so when that happens, anytime a stock is halted and you're part of it, the first second that the stock reopens, get out.
Okay.
But yeah, learning lesson, bro. Learning lesson. That's all.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Yeah, man. I mean, halted is that's the worst thing that could ever happen for you, man. That's like the worst thing that could ever happen. If you're in a stock and it gets halted, game over, bro. It's like that movie Alien with that one Marine. Game over, man. Game over. It's game over, man. That's a classic scene, bro. And yeah, that's his situation. But again, he might be able to get some bottom fishing in the stock. I think I said bottom feeding. It's bottom fishing. You might be able to get some bottom fishing. But again, man, after being halted for 2 weeks, who wants to get in? Who's going to want to put their money on the line after that? 770, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? My phone was messing up, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Appreciate it, man. I'm happy you called back. What you got for us, man?
No problem. I need your advice on a couple of plays here. IHRT. I'm not sure if you talked about that already. Did you already mention that?
No, I haven't mentioned iHeartMedia, man. iHeartMedia, this was a company that was struggling for a very, very long time because although they are one of the number one, media companies in terms of, streaming, they had a severe debt load. I mean, they had billions of dollars worth of debt they just couldn't manage to fix, and it was really holding the stock back. And I've been hearing that they're working on it. I do see here the last couple of days have been insane for the stock. You've gone from almost $1 to now over $2.55. It is a low float stock, by the way, too. So they are restructuring, as you see here. Moody's says iHeart proposed restructuring of its debt 6 days ago. Let me see here.
Okay.
So are you in the stock right now?
No, actually, I saw it popped up on my scanner on the 16th, and I've been watching it ever since, and it kind of consolidated for what is that, a day or two?
Yeah, they about 2 days.
Then it just popped up on today at the end of 265. So I've been kind of following it, and I just didn't know if that was a pretty good play or not. Like I said, I didn't know anything much about it, but like I said, I'm still gonna watch it. I probably won't get into it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I probably will keep watching it for a couple more days just to see how it acts. But I just wanted to get a little feedback from it because I wasn't really particularly sure about that stock.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that if you got the volume behind it, as you can see here, it's very irregular during the day. iHeartMedia, as you see, huge volume, comes very sporadically. As you can see, it's practically dead during the day. So the people who buy iHeartMedia, they buy large chunks. It's not what I would consider a tradable intraday stock. You see what I'm saying? Based on the intraday volume, it's just not there. And again, if you read the fundamentals in the play, it's a company with a lot of debt, a lot of issues right now. If you're willing to swing it, obviously, if you wanted to swing it, probably should have done it maybe days ago. But I'm not sure where they are right now with their restructuring. I'm seeing some good news coming out that's obviously got some investors excited. But I don't know. I don't know how to play something this dry. You know what I mean? It's very, very dry.
Well, okay, I'll wait on it then because that was my issue too. I looked at it, like I said, and I've been following for a couple of days, and it's like I don't know because once it's going and then you look at it like on the 17th, it's like hardly any volume. It did, but on the 20th, it only had like 16,000 for the volume for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes back on the 21st with 536 volume. I mean, that's a huge gap up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get into it, and then all of a sudden, when I get into it, they can't even push nothing but like 20,000, and I'm kind of stuck. So
Right,
that's what I was
but
trying to
here's
do.
the thing: when you're seeing those buys, you're seeing they're coming in at practically like one or two at a time. You know what I mean? So they're literally just a few buys coming in. And again, I don't know how many
Say that one more
trades. In
time,
fact,
sir.
yeah, I don't know how many trades these.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hear you. Hello. I hear you. I don't know what happened to him. All right, we'll take another call. 905, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? I just called about St. John Carbon. I had one more question about this one company I was looking at, DFEL. I don't know, like, if you guys look at that kind of stuff in China and shit.
China TMK battery.
Yeah, they went up 122% today or yesterday. Not today.
Okay. Yeah, very unusual volume for the stock. Just a one-day thing, up 122%. I see here, not much volume, but today they're on the radar. So again,
Could that be like inside trading or no?
Well, I couldn't tell. I mean, this is maybe somebody just taking a position. As you can see, it's happened a couple times in the past, but the stock has rarely traded at all in the last 60 days. So it's one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's something we'll watch and see. If this is going to be building upon it, but. DFEL is the stock, China Battery Systems. Appreciate it, man.
And wait, one more question.
Mm-hmm.
So I was learning about the candlesticks today, right? And what is like a big indicator to you to see like movement going upwards? So maybe is it like that gap, or is it like the engulfing whatever the fuck it is? I don't know what it's called.
The bullish engulfing pattern.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for, I mean, there's no in one particular candlestick that can say, hey, this is the be all end all. We've talked about here on the show how the doji pattern is a great way to determine whether or not, especially on a higher time frame, for example, maybe a 1 hour or 4 hour or even a daily chart, to determine whether or not a possible change in sentiment could be happening in the stock. A doji looks like a cross.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a cross.
Yeah, so is it like multiple crosses? Are you like talking about a grouping of crosses?
Oh, no. So, yeah, sometimes a grouping or sometimes just one. Sometimes just one, which is then supported by another let's say a ticker called a spinning top. A candlestick called a spinning top, or then the bullish engulfing pattern. Or you might have a doji with a Marubozu or Marubozu. Some people call it that too. So yeah, I mean there are different groups of indicators or tickers, candlesticks put together that can equal a change in sentiment.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to learn.
Yes,
all right, man.
definitely.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man. Yeah, it's a lot to learn. It can confuse you a little bit. Confuses me sometimes. All right. It confuses me sometimes. And call me back. I just missed a call from somebody. Call me back. Kev Gilly. MACD. Let me see here. 770, you're on the air. What's up?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. This phone, man. Sprint pissing me off, man. Like third phone a day, man. Phone just dropping calls all day, man.
All right, crazy, no problem. You're back on. Now, what was the stock we were talking about again?
I was trying to find out a little bit about IHRT, but you kind of answered it.
We answered about IHRT about that one. It's really illiquid, man. I just move on that one.
Okay, and then my last one that I looked at today that I was thinking about is on FILM. Have you talked about that yet? I know I came in the chat kind of late, so I'm not sure if you did already.
FILM?
Yes, FILM. I think it was up 57% today. I'm not sure if it's a pump.
I'm not seeing that FILM is an OTC play. It's literally called film. Okay, let me see here. I do see that. Yeah, it literally is called film. But yeah, Trading View. Oh, here it is. Creative Works. Okay, 37 million shares traded. Oh, okay. All right. So last 2 days, very interesting in film. Creative Works Incorporated.
Yesterday.
Yeah, up 57% today. That's a huge candlestick. So you got really high today.
Yeah. Does the candlestick when the stick is that long, is there something behind that I should know? Like, is that supposed to tell me something? Like,
well, yeah, that just says that you had a huge trading range in the stock today. So, I mean, that means the stock got really high, and so you had buyers all the way till the top of that wick, but the candlestick obviously represents where it opened and closed at. So you had buyers at the top of the wick, but unfortunately you didn't have buying support. You didn't have, closing support at these levels, you know what I mean? So all the action for the most part was in between. But yeah, this is the range. The wick represents just the range.
Oh, okay. I seen how low it went. I mean, it went from 0.0005 all the way up to 0.002. So that's a huge kind of gain.
Yeah.
And then okay. So if you could elaborate on that, I'm not sure if that's a good buy for tomorrow or not. I'll be watching it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching it right now. I mean, you're on the daily chart. This is definitely not a candlestick that represents, for any type of continuation pattern. So I'd watch it and see what happens tomorrow. You're at 0011, so there's still, if more volume is to come, you should see some more confirmation with bullish candlesticks moving ahead. But as of right now, I don't see anything saying jump in just yet.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Appreciate the call. All right, 847, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, it's the Guru. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, not much, man. Let me turn down my radio here. I only called in, I think, one time, and, I've known you for a couple of years. I gave you guys, same time as you, I gave you guys Poten a couple weeks ago. I got one for you in the same price range, and that's VGPR. That's all I got to say. There's a lot of big rumors out there. If you guys follow my lead, I think you'll be pretty happy in the next week. That's all I have to say.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
All right, thank you, man.
All right. Let's see what happens here with VGPR. Where are we at here? All right, we'll see. AUPH. AUPH, you know, let me see. Man, I feel upset at myself because I missed AUPH yesterday. I missed AUPH yesterday because I stared right at it in the morning. I stared right at AUPH yesterday in the morning and completely missed it. If in fact you go back to, there it is, yesterday, AUPH. Man, what a morning, man. I stared right at this and didn't do a damn thing. I'm like, what the hell? And then followed up by this morning's move where you could have had 2 successive days well over, you know, I think of almost 40%. But AUPH looks like sold off today. Here's the 200-day moving average, and I see here on the 5-minute chart now you're below that. So you're at the low end of the bands now in AUPH. Let's look and see how it looks on the daily. On the daily, all right, so you didn't get the bullish confirmation that you wanted here on the daily. I know there's a word, I don't want to call this, it's not exactly as defined as the spinning top before that you got there on the 20th. But you're still above the 4 and the 8, which says for you to stay in the trade. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is not a change in direction. Hopefully this is not a change in direction. All right. AUPH opening the Canadian Stock Exchange tomorrow. Hey, Rodney Nurse. Are they using the same ticker? AUPH had an insane run last week, man. Had an insane run last week. I mean, we had several days of gains last week, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. When he brought up film, I did notice that it is a pink no information. So I don't know about those anymore. 305. I've already kind of talked about those.
Up?
What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Sal? This is Michael 91.
Hey, Michael, what's going on with you, man?
What's up, man? Nothing much here. Looking at a couple of charts. I wanted you to check out I'm not sure if you checked out HOS.
HOS. Hornbeck Offshore Services. So this is this like the helicopter company?
Well, I just ran into it, like, literally right now.
Okay, all right.
Like, I just liked how the chart was looking because I see that it's bouncing off. It bounced off solid support at like $3 range. I see that the 4 crossed the 8. It closed above the 20 as well today. It closed above the 20, the 4 and the 8 today. I see that in my MACD 2 lines. It gave me the cross, the buy signal there.
Okay.
It's pretty low on the RSI. Still has room to run. Probably, I don't know, come test the top Bollinger Band or something.
Yeah. Okay. So these are these are really pretty plays, and I love the way how this chart is setting up. And Michael 91
volume picking up as well.
Yeah, this is a really good setup here. This was a gap down. This is a stock that gapped down in February, went very bearish.
Yeah.
But now, over the last 2 days, you've crossed the 4 and 8 exponential moving average. You had the bullish
Made a solid bounce off.
Right,
the 3.
solid bounce off. Now you peaked your head above the 20-day moving average. So you're looking to get another day of confirmation tomorrow, and that will just show you this is the one to ride. And so far,
let me see how it's doing after hours. Maybe we got some activity after hours. I mean,
okay.
Roughly around the same price range that it closed off on. But
oh wow, look at that, man! 2 days alone, you're already up $1.19 a share.
Yeah.
Let me see here. What's the float in this? And I got it confused. I was thinking this was a helicopter services company where they provide transportation for workers on oil rigs, but they do something similar. This is an offshore supply vessel company which helps these oil rigs move product and whatever they do. Hornbeck Offshore Services. So what is the float here? Because that float's got to be low as hell, man, to be moving like this.
Yeah, really low.
I'm just curious myself. Yeah, good call on this one. See, I like these tickers. And when the market is doing this and you're seeing stocks like this, that's really good for this company. Float is just 25 million. Not bad.
Oh, really? Yes, low float for sure. Also, what do you think of MMEG? Because I see that it made a move today, and I see that the Bollinger Bands are really tight. I see that it has prior history of spiking. So I'm not sure if that's something that you'd consider to be something to keep taking a look at.
Yeah, it's so funny because we talked a little bit about MMEG yesterday. And yeah, we love MMEG if you found support, and we always identified support being the 200-day moving average. Obviously, now it looks like we haven't gotten a chance to retest that in a bit here in MMEG. So I can't really get.
I
too
like
close.
that the bands are constricted.
Yeah, the
here,
bands
so
are reconstricting.
I don't know if it's gonna start making a move or.
And it had a really great early February. So yeah, if you can get in at a good support level, it's already up 13% on today's move alone. But at 0026 for a possible retest of mid 0030s or even mid 0040s, it's very possible here because you're actually looking to attempting to break out of that. What was that? What's a recent high? I would say, what was that? 0030 is, man, this staring 0030 right in the face. So you could possibly look to jump in and see what that can do in a couple of days here.
Might try to come test that.
Yeah.
Okay, and as for MKAU, man, like, what's up with that? Like, I see a bunch of people saying it's a piece of shit. Like, is it really a shitty company?
So look, I don't know, man. MKAU sounded really fishy to begin with. We had a lot of guys calling up about it when it first started running. Back here in early February, and there was not much I could say because MKAU was doing very, very well at the beginning. In fact, if you go back to January into February, MKAU was the stock to buy, man. All the way from 0033 to a high of almost 4 cents a share. That was the stock to make some money on. The stock pulled back and started retesting earlier this month, and we had guys started calling again about the stock, and the company was supposed to go live for their official flagship product, the Clicklea TV software. Well, that was supposed to happen March 3rd. It didn't happen. In fact, the company just went dark. I mean, nobody heard a damn thing from the company. So all of a sudden,
aren't they supposed to be releasing their app on iOS?
Right,
and,
they were supposed to be doing all of that. Now, all of a sudden, the company releases some news 5 days ago. Now, where they're talking about, hey, that was just a test flight, and here's the official quote unquote launch date. So they gave an official launch date now of March 27th. That was sent out in that article again 5 days ago. So now that's supposed to be the official launch date for Clicklea. So we'll see what happens with it. But I mean, investors are buying it up. As you can see here, here's the daily chart, and they're buying. The last 2 days have been very aggressive. Last 4 days have been very aggressive for the stock. And it's off of its lows of 0.0015. Now you've doubled your money. The guy's already up 100% in the last 3 days alone. So we'll see.
Yeah, man, I fucked up on that, man. Like, you had multiple days telling you that 1 cent was solid support.
Yeah.
And you see like a nice little bullish move today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you see this, guy called up talking about, where to get in and whatnot, what candlestick support. I mean, as you can see here, here's the 200 moving average, and a lot of OTC stocks love using this. A lot of buyers use this as a very strong indicator of support here, and that 200-day here on the daily chart showed it. And sure enough, you got guys who are already up now, 100% in the stock, as the stock is now above the 20-day moving average.
Yeah, no, it's bullish as hell right now. And as a for POTN, you think that has more room to run?
POTN,
because I like the way that is like using the 8 as support. Like that looks like a perfect like moment to just buy at the 8.
Yeah.
And you know.
Yeah, I mean, if
try to ride it up.
Yeah, if you could have got those shares at 0.0339, yeah, that would have been, you know, what's up. I think now you need a green day to say it's not over yet, and we haven't gotten a green day in 2 days in POTN. So we'll see if we get a green day. You know, that can confirm, okay, it might not be over yet. If we get another red day tomorrow, that means the 4 and 8 should cross here on the daily chart, or that 4 should be hella close to this 8. And well, you know, I think that might spend a couple days, you know, red if we get another red day on POTN.
Another red day.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. But for hoes, I like hoes. So we'll just keep our eyes on HOS, and we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, HOS. Are you looking at anything else that holding right now? I was looking at NAK, Michael 91, because I love your insight on these things. I was looking at NAK as a possible entry tomorrow after that down day. It had really good support there. Very similar to...
Oh, yeah, it held nicely.
Yeah, very similar to that MKAU setup where you had, you know, again, hugging the 200-day. And then now, you know, this looks like an opportunity to get in here in NAK. But we'll see. We'll see.
If it could maintain above, what is that? That's the 20, right?
Yes, right now is
that it
sitting on
closed
the
above?
20. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a good sign that at least it closed above the 20.
Yeah.
You just want to see that use the 20 and use the 20 as support and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, man. Like, I don't know if we could. I mean, I don't know. Maybe one show one day, like an hour from the show or something. Like, if we could have different callers, like call up to see, like, what exactly do they look for when they look for a stock? As in, like, the flow, the volume. You know, what criteria do they search for and stuff like that? Because I kind of wanted to learn more on that exactly. Because, like, what I look for, I just go on FinViz. Like right now, I was just searching volume, and I ran into HOS, you know?
Right.
And I don't know if maybe we could do that one show or...
Yeah, that's a good idea. And in fact, you know, I've wanted to bring on quote-unquote successful traders to tell us, you know, how they go about really finding trades that make them money, because obviously those are the people that, you know, people want to hear how they trade.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing is when I had my list and I created a list of who I, you know, think would be really good, the size that they trade with is kind of unrealistic to the people that, you know, watch me. But I still think they would, you know, for the most part, be interested in hearing. And you know, we had a 1 3-hour show with Bad Scientists. We've had a couple other shows.
I watched
that was a really good one too. But yeah, I would love other guys to call in and kind of let, you know, be willing to let me know how you go about finding trades that make you money.
I know Bats is all about the candlesticks and the patterns with the candlesticks and stuff like that. But I wanted to know more in depth, like what exactly do they look for when it comes to the volume, when it comes to the flow, when it comes to, you know, all of those technicals and stuff like that. So yeah, man. But yeah, keep up the good work with the show, man. And if I run into anything else, I'll be sure to call.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the call, man.
All right, no problem.
All right, so appreciate it, guys. Yeah, strategy sharing. It sounds like a good idea, Londell Carter. My thing is, I don't know, man. I like, you know, I feel like there's so many guys doing that. I don't want to turn the show into like a teaching show. Like I want to trade, you know, that you guys go do that with other guys, because I don't want to become one of those dudes giving, you know, strategies and all that shit, spending, you know, that's for Tim Sykes. That's for, you know, all of those other guys. They do that shit. You know what I mean? You watch all their videos, but they're not telling you what to trade. I want to know what the hell to trade tomorrow. I spend 4 or 5 hours reading and watching DVDs, you know, on the weekends and whatnot. I want to know what to trade.
But I absolutely get what you're saying. You know? K's? Oh, look at K's back on it. Look at K's back on it. Muddy Wolf, appreciate that. Muddy Wolf. Look at K's back on it for 3 consecutive days. For 3 consecutive days on K's, man. Yeah, modded. It's not even the hot. It's not even the hot picks, bro. I just want to know what other people are looking at, because, for example, this situation where we just had Money Wolf in the chat room bring up, KAYS. As we can see here, here's 3 consecutive days of some, pretty consecutive gains here. If we were just talking about how to find, stocks and, what do you look for and whatnot, again, that's very important, but we wouldn't have known that. We wouldn't have known that. We had Astrid today bring up Wonderport. I see another person bringing up Wonderport. Live life, enjoy life. Wonderport with an incredible day today. 53% gained in that stock. Again, we wouldn't have been able to identify that if this was a strategy show. Alan, I'm using TradingView. All I'm saying is that there are a lot of other guys doing that shit. And I just, that made the show boring as fuck. I go back and watch some of the old shows. They're boring as fuck because all we're doing is talking about strategy all fucking day. Yeah, Callie. Yeah, we saw that. We talked about that. TD Ameritrade drop in the trading price. E-Trade dropping the trading price. Fidelity dropping their trading price. Yeah. Yes, I am pro, but you can use the free version. The free version, I'm not doing anything to make it, special. But yes, I do have the pro version because I simply use, I use this to not necessarily trade from, but I use my broker just to put in orders. I don't use their Street Smart Edge for the most part. All right, I just use my broker to input orders, but I literally use day-to-day TradingView Pro. I think for $35 a month, I mean, you just can't beat it. Along with, equity feed that pays for itself. Your first trade pays for itself. All right. Yeah, we about to get up out of here, Ricky Lindo. We about to get up out of here. All right, I think a lot of good tickers today. A lot of good tickers we discussed today. Bovash, UVXY. I did see that you posted that earlier. All right, so Bovash, you into the options right now, and I don't blame you. Bovash tickers are, he usually puts up a bunch of OTCs, but today he's looking at the VIXs and the ETFs and all that. I don't blame you. The way the market has been going, there's a lot of money to be made trading options, especially to the put side. So I don't blame you. 530, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sal? How's it going, man? This is Ryan. I called in a while ago with a couple different tickers, but I was just watching your show tonight. I was going to let you guys know I don't know if you guys were looking at DOLV.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So tell me a little bit about DOLV. I mean, this is a stock that ran, I do remember it running in February. It ran really high and just took a complete dump. Is it doing it again?
I don't know. I had a bunch of shares today, and I was all excited. I was making some money, and then it dipped super hard.
Mm-hmm.
And they shook everyone out, and then about just in the late afternoon, about an hour before the market closed, it just freaking flooded with buys. Just went fucking crazy the last half an hour.
Okay.
So I was trying to find any news on it or what.
Nothing, bro.
I mean,
Nothing.
I've been watching it all day, and yeah, nothing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I didn't know if you guys had heard, if anybody had heard anything about that, or what could have possibly caused that.
Yeah, I don't have any
news.
I don't have any news on it as well. We did see some guys, bring it up. But other than that, they didn't have any news to share on it. But again, 2 incredible days in the stock in DOLV. Again, this is a stock that went, really to the moon back in February. So is it possibly retesting, those highs? Then yeah, we need to jump on this if that's the case. But it's just so hard to tell.
I think it's there's a lot of talk about some kind of merger going on, and I think I don't know if they're just shaking everybody out right now, but this afternoon it went nuts. So I freaking sold at 24. I had like 300,000 shares, and I sold almost just about every one of them.
Okay. Oh, so you so you pretty much think it's done. I mean, you pretty much think it's done then.
No, they were just shaking us out. I just got scared and sold.
Yeah.
And then it just went freaking nuts about like 2 minutes after I sold. So I don't know. And then it ended on a crazy nice candle. So I'm going to be watching it in the morning. I don't know what's going on with it, but another play that I was playing was VDRM today, and that ended with a pretty strong day, so that one might run in the morning a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about VDRM earlier. I think that's another one of the stocks to watch tomorrow that could possibly have another second day of runs based on what that did. I mean, solid volume, well over 400%, which of its average, which was already pretty good. I mean, the stock was averaging almost 13 million shares at a penny alone, so it was already doing very, very well beforehand. So to see that kind of volume come into the stock and overwhelm any selling pressure, that was huge.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are kind of the plays I've been playing, just like try to get into super high volume plays where there's a lot of buying pressure and just try to get in and whatever, get out,
Yeah.
But I was pissed about that. The DOLV, man, oh man, that motherfucker went through the roof right after I sold. But yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, those are the 2 plays. What is the hottest play that you guys? I just started watching it tonight. What are you guys really watching tomorrow? Was there something that I missed?
Other than that, I mean, the typical OTCs, 50s, 60s here and there, 50% here, 70% there. Not knowing when or not they're going to build up on that. So there's not one stock that we can say it's going to be a guaranteed winner. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be doing this. But I really love the way VDRM is setting up. And you just brought that up. Again, that pump that we talked about on yesterday's show, BLTO. It is a pump, but the fact of the matter is that 23% is nothing to turn your head at for a first day anyway. IGC is one that I like the way it's setting up on the daily chart. What else did I think somebody brought up? Another one that looks a little bit like VDRM, but again, that's also being pumped. VICA at 55%. That one also starting off with pretty good volume for a first day at 589,000 shares. VICA. So we'll see if that can build off that momentum as well too. So a lot of stocks setting up good, but the problem we've had is that we'll find them on the day they pop, but then the very next day we don't see that continuation we need. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can also, I don't know if anybody's looked at BGID. That one I should have bought that today. That's showing some pretty good support.
BGID?
BGID? Yeah.
Okay, DGID.
No, V is in Victor. VGID.
All right, V Group. Okay, all right. Yeah, I like the way that's sitting. All right, so it's hanging on for life here at the 8 exponential. So that pulled back really strongly too. I think from the 0050s. Now almost 50% there that day on the 20th. Yeah, that was a huge pullback yesterday in the stock, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had it the day before, but then it's sitting pretty. It's got resistance around 27, so we'll see what it can do with that. I mean,
Okay.
it might not be anything special, but
All right, we'll be watching it. We'll be watching it though, man. I appreciate the call, bro.
okay. Yeah, thanks a lot, Sal. Have a good one.
Thank you. All right, so still watching it. I know many of you guys. I like the way you guys didn't bring this up today, but if you guys remember on the show, we were talking about QSIM. We like the way QSIM, after several rallies back in early part of March, has now started to level out a little bit. QSIM built up on that. Here's an OTC play at 4% today. So I'm guessing QSIM, in fact, I did enter QSIM today here. So I'm going to be sitting on this for a while, seeing what happens on QSIM. At a very good support here at 0051. And we've got the 4 coming back to hopefully cross here on the 8 and lead us into some gains. I'm hoping we can get back to the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at 0068 and higher. All right, and that is QSIM. That's a stock we've been talking about the last 3 days now. And I think, as for the last 3 days we've talked about it, it's held that support at 0050 very, very well. Very, very well. 305, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Sal? It's Michael 91 again. I just wanted to run a quick. Did you talk about IDXG?
IDXG? No, I did not talk about IDXG. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that it was up 11% today, and then when I look after hours, this shit it's going crazy after hours.
Hold on here. Let's check this out. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, I see that it was pretty much consolidate, going sideways the whole day, and at the end it shot up, and I'm looking after hours, and this shit it got up to 276. It's sitting at 270 right now. Closed at 245.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, so I was just looking at it, and I'm like, oh shit. And it's really low on the chart. I don't know. I mean, I see that the only news that came out was on the 20th yesterday that they're gonna participate in USA Today.
And I see the run was
health campaign.
No wonder we didn't really notice. I see the run was really late in the day too. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
real late, just before the close. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, volume shot up crazy right at the close.
All right. Yeah, been into the close and now up after hours. Okay, one to watch. CEO. Okay, Jose Guzman is saying IDXG CEO bought a ton of shares. Okay. All right, we'll see what
that's what it is.
How investors see that tomorrow in the morning. You might get a little pop there you can build on. We'll see what happens in that.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to just run that by you right quick.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the call.
All right, no problem.
All right. Jag B, yeah, we love Jay Bino's MYDX. That's another one. MYDX. That's another one Jay Bino called up and talked about it. He called up 3 days in a row talking about MYDX. He called up 3 days in a row talking about that, and sure enough, it's set up very similarly. Let me see here. Here's, again, I like these higher. This is a 3-hour chart showing that breakdown in the chart so we can see over the last multiple days how the stock's been reacting. And here's MYDX. That's a beautiful chart, man. That's a beautiful chart. I mean, you're high up there now. 843, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey.
Hello?
Hello?
What's up, man? You're on.
Yeah, this is ain't no much. I just got a quick question.
Go ahead.
When you have a lot of millions of shares, and then you have these .002, and then you just buy 1,000 shares. You just take $2 can buy actually 1,000 shares.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, you wouldn't want to spend $2 in any other play like that, because one, you're not going to really get any money out of it, and plus with the slippage, which is your commission and things you've got to pay in order to make the trade, it wouldn't make a $2 purchase worth it. So I typically suggest people start with anywhere between, if you really don't have that much, anywhere between $200 to $750 to go into one of these penny stocks. And if you find a double or a triple, a $250 or a simple $400 purchase could end up getting you a couple million or at least a couple 100,000 shares in these. Absolutely.
So when you have like 13 million shares, and each person spend about, $700, $200 or whatever, a million shares apiece, that's like only 13 people in the stock, right?
Well,
if you broke it down like that.
Again, that depends on the volume that came into the stock. Sure. If you only had, if it's got a float of 7 million shares, 700 million shares, and only 20 million shares were traded that day, at 0030, then you're absolutely right. Only 12 or 13 people might be in the stock for that day. So you're looking for, stocks with good volume that have a lot of trades or showing growing trading, growing trading momentum, growing volume in the stock for you to, be able to make some profit on. But at the end, it's all about finding stocks with good volume, stocks that are trading in the direction you want it to go, obviously up. You'll find that in the daily charts and also the higher time frames as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious though, because I was wondering with the amount of shares going out, and then those, the double zeros, and then I wonder if one person can actually manipulate the stock price,
Oh yeah, basically when you have stocks that haven't moved at all, let me see if I can find. Let's just find a low float stock that hasn't moved at all. For example, let's take a look at a stock like this, JKDG, right? JunkieDog.com. I don't even know what they do. It's just off the top of my head. I think it's ran in the past. So the stock right now.
Am I still on the air or?
Yeah. You're on the air.
Oh.
Yeah, you're on the air.
I'm Troy, by the way. If you when they hold it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. And then, again, to answer your question, for example, a ticker like JKDG only traded 30,000 shares today. It's a 2-cent stock. If somebody loads in here, looks like somebody has done on March 10th, all right, almost 400,000 shares, and they go out and send an email blast to God knows maybe 20,000, 30,000 people, maybe anywhere between 5 to as high as 15% of those people who got that email may buy the stock. And they may generate volume of anywhere between, 500,000 to maybe even 2 million worth of shares of buying. And that could send the stock soaring, especially if it's relatively got good float. So it's actually quite easy to manipulate a stock. It's a lot easier than what people think it is.
Yeah, that's what I was, cause it's like that's what I was worried about. I was like, man, you put a few $100 in there, it's like a lot. I think I was just trying to do the numbers. I was like, man, 1,000 shares on a double.
Yeah,
0.002.
Absolutely. And they can take a life out of their own because, again, sometimes it only starts with one email because, again, those first buyers who jumped in early, their wave goes across the internet. You got people who all over the world will see that, who follow OTC stocks, who will see, hey, where's all that momentum coming from? Hey, I think that might go another day. I think that might go for another week. And then the next day they jump in. And then other people jump in, and other people jump in. So the stock ends up taking a life of its own So here you had one guy with maybe an email with 10,000 people in it. Now all of a sudden you've got over 100,000 people who are looking at the stock and saying, I want a piece of that. And they take a life on their own. And that's where you can end up with, and then when you have the company on your side too, releasing news, letting you know what's going on and new developments. I mean, you could very well get profits anywhere between 100 to 1,000, 2,000% if you stay loaded. So yeah, man. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, I appreciate you taking my call too.
All right, not a problem, man. So yeah, I mean, all right, just basically went through an OTC pump with him. Just explain how a pump works. And he's trying to figure out how exactly, can you manipulate these things? Yeah, they take a life on their own. Take on a life of their own. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, please press like on this video. A lot of great stocks talked about today. A lot of good stocks that are setting up. The DOLV, HOS, VDRM. IDXG, which Michael 91 just talked about. That's soaring after hours. We had ULTR Q, the ULTR Q that my man brought up, that released that after hours news that the judge approved their Chapter 11 bankruptcy plan. That's an OTC stock that might run tomorrow. We had MYDX. That's running hot right now, and it keeps bringing up that other MYDX. Here's that MYDX, up 57%. We had that India group also, IGC, India Globalization, Wonderport. Shout out to Astrid. She brought up Wonderport, RDRP. All right, that could show another day of greens tomorrow. OTC play at 0089. That's knocking on 1 cent a share. So a lot of good tickers today, man. A lot of good tickers today. I also brought up a stock that I've taken a position in, QSIM. QSIM setting up really nicely. All right, after several days of selling in QSIM, as you can see here, a stock that's rallied before, sold off, and now it's got some good support here on the hourly chart. Last call of the day, 601, you're on the air. What's up?
Yeah, just real quick, Sal. This guy, Penny Stock Guru, who brought up VGPR. He keeps saying that you believe in him. I mean, do you put any stock into what he's saying about this VGPR?
I don't look. I have promoter friends, man, and I like what he did with POTN. I appreciate it. VGPR could run. We'll see what happens with it tomorrow. And that's all I'm going to say about that, man. I mean, I see him in the chat room. You know what I'm saying? I see him in the chat room. VGPR it could do some things. That's all I'm going to say about that. But
okay, so you're saying that he has a pretty good track record.
Yes.
Trustworthy.
Yeah, he does have a track record. I'm not saying jump in it. I'm saying he's got a good track record. He did some really good things with POTN. And I liked what he did with that stock, but I don't have no money on it. I don't have no, you know what I'm saying? Nobody told me to talk about it. I haven't even been paid for it or anything like that. That's all I'm going to say about VGPR.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Not a problem. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. That's what I'm going to say about that stock. VGPR. And then again, I'm saying that because I keep it, you guys know I keep it 100% with you guys. If I'm in on something, I'm going to let you know, hey, I'm in on it. Because I've noticed that no matter, you can say you're promoting and you got money for it, people will still buy it. So there's no reason to lie. All right? Because if people fuck with you, they fuck with you. And I am not in this stock at all. I don't have anything going on with it. I see, people in the chat room pushing it up. But that's just the gist of it. Yeah, that comes with the territory, folks. All right? We'll see what happens. But yeah, Sal don't got no money on that at all. I just told you, for me, this week, it's all about watching QSIM. I'm loving the way NAK is setting up. We just saw my man Michael 91's HOS. I like that way that's setting up. HOS. I also love the brother who just called up. I really love his MYDX and several other plays, man. Several other plays. All right. Real good show today, folks. A lot of good things setting up for later in the week. We got a lot of things going on in the national media to talk about this weekend. I mean, this Friday as well. I won't be back tomorrow. You guys know Wednesday is my day off. We'll be back Thursday. So I really hope and wish you guys much success tomorrow, and for us to be able to get some really good tickers out of you guys on Thursday and Friday. And let me get my chat room back here. I don't know what happened to my chat room. There we go. There's back on. All right. So appreciate that, guys. Who's in here? Kenny Nicholas, Mr. DeGenero, appreciate it. Kenny Dutton, what's up, man? Henry Ramos, again, please press like on this video. Appreciate that, SC Trucker. Need a life soon. Thank you, sir. All right, we're getting bigger and bigger in here. I think we reached 190. We got to a high of 197 people. We've been averaging about 180, 185 people, which is above the average of last week. So this show is growing, man. It's great. I really appreciate that, y'all, for watching. All right. #1 OTC show anywhere, period. Mag, appreciate Mag for dropping the Discord room. Obviously, I do got some tickers. I didn't put them all up. I didn't write them all down. Obviously, that's your job to do. Thank you, Corley. You know, if it wasn't for your support and many of you other people, this wouldn't be possible. Those are just a short list of the stocks that I took note of that I'll be watching tomorrow. And that's my little list. I know some other people have also put up some lists. Check us out in the Discord room. Join up, leave a message. Sunday nights, we have that Sunday night wrap up with Mr. Lloyd, Money Green. We started that this past Sunday. We'll probably do that again this Sunday. Again, I'm off tomorrow. I'll be back on Thursday. Thank you so much. Nisi Shea, Winston Sawyer, Fran Thompson, Bruce Mason. See where it goes. Appreciate that, Bruce Mason. Absolutely. Ryan Rail, appreciate it, man. Victor Pazzo, Tone Sprague, Africa Emporium. All right. Mastery 82, Cali, man. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to all the callers and whatnot earlier today. See you guys back here Thursday. Happy trading tomorrow.